Alright, so I'm going to bring up Icono Digital's game. Let me see. Let me pull it up in Chrome. Let me check your build, runes, and masteries first. Alright, man. So, is this game... You are Tryndamere jungle versus a Garen jungle. Okay. That's a good matchup for Tryndamere. I'm still not liking the Blood Razor. I prefer you go Warrior. Because that, like, the more attack speed you get, the faster you're going to have to be with your attack moving to be completely efficient. And the fact that Warrior just does more early damage. But with this build, you do, like, shred objectives. So, it has its pros and cons. I myself prefer Warrior. But if you're having more success with Blood Razor or your Elo, then stick with Blood Razor. Instead of building your Skirmisher Saber first, go ahead and build instead towards your recurve bow. Because your Hunter's Machete gives you 10% lifesteal against monsters, right? The fully completed Skirmisher's Saber is not really good overall. Like, it's not like a big increase for the amount of gold it costs. Because mostly you're going to be farming jungle minions, right? So I would prefer you instead go Hunter's Machete into recurve bow. And you don't need the early Vamp Scepter. You have enough lifesteal with just the Hunter's Machete. Like 10% lifesteal for 350 gold against monsters. That's perfect. That's all you need. Okay, so I saw you finish the Blood Razor first. Instead of finishing the Blood Razor first, I would instead go ahead and build the Static Shiv. And then maybe get the Blood Razor second, or maybe even after the Blade of the Rune King. The reason being, the unique passive from Blood Razor scales off your target's max HP, and which means that this item is better built later rather than early. So that's why you want to get things that have high base damage, something like Shiv, something like the attack damage from Bork, or Blade of the Rune King. Alright. The rest of the build, I would before... Well, actually, Infinity Edge is probably fine for you, Elo. You probably don't even need CDR. To be honest, like, people aren't really going to be kiting you. So yeah, the rest of this build is fine. I mean, did they build Hinky at all? I mean, only Garen, really. If build either Infinity Edge or Essence Reaver here, and then build a Last Whisper. So let me look at your completed item build. So the only thing I would change from this item build is to swap out Blood Razor for Last Whisper. That way you have penetration in your build. Like, you have no armor pen in this build, so if you ever go against someone who has a little bit of armor, you're going to be a lot less effective. Alright, but, I mean, I see you're still climbing, dude. You're getting out of bronze. You've climbed from the depths of bronze 5, and now you're bronze 4. So you're still doing well, my son. Let me go ahead and open up this replay. So the purpose of Jungle Trend is to get low in the jungle. That way you have more attack damage and can clear faster. Yes, I'll have Aslan put this on YouTube as well. So start E. You have Smite Flash, 34.6% attack speed, 9 armor. Let's go ahead and check this out. So one trick you can do with Tryndamere as well. This plant can start you off the game with 5 Fury when you're doing your first camp. So let me show you how it's done. There's no command where you can see all my accounts. If you want to know the rank of an account I am using, type !rank of, and then my summoner name.
This'll be a slaughter.
Minions have spawned.
I removed it because I have too many accounts and it's just like annoying. And like it usually didn't have the account that I was on. So this plant should spawn here pretty shortly. Go ahead and take this bad boy. So auto spin, auto. And you notice I'm not using my pots yet. So I won't have my spin up to spin into the raptors. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to walk into the raptor. I'm going to kite this into the brush. That way they're not all attacking me at once. And see, I still haven't used a pot yet, so I'm going to use a pot here.
As you wish.
Clearing out the little ones, then the big one.
As you wish.
Okay, on the blue buff, you can start using your Q heal if you want. Because the Gromp will take a little bit of health out of you. So you don't want to be too greedy for that Gromp. Smite does 430. Take the plant, clear any vision if they had put it. And you can heal up off the crab. And this way, you're going to be level 4 with basically full fury and full HP. And you can gank top or mid. And this is with no leash. So, yeah. Any questions? That'll be all. So, let me go ahead and take a look back at your game, Icono Digital. You don't need warlords for jungle. Do you do coaching for Tryndamere? I'm trying to train main Tryndamere. Yes. $20 for a coaching session. So, where I'll look over a full VOD of you playing Tryndamere and give you tips, pointers, and generally teach you how you should be playing.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
So let's go back in this game. I'm going to fast forward because we already saw the early invade. So the mechanic I was talking about when kiting the raptors. So when you kite the raptors, there are so many raptors, but they all try to take one path. So the raptors like get creep locked on themselves. And yeah, so they get creep locked on themselves, which means they're not attacking for that particular second. but you're still attack moving while moving backwards, and they're getting creep locked themselves, so you save a little bit of damage that way. If you want to look at my path, Resinaldo, Assan's going to put on YouTube. Anyways, why is my... There we go.
Minions have spawned.
We're going to look at how Icono Digital does the path. So, you started out with your spin. Do your auto attack and then spin. So that way your auto attack is resetting while your spin's going. It's a little bit more efficient. Don't use your Q heal here. Save it until you start attacking the raptor camp. You missed this raptor. You can hit all of the raptors at once if you spin correctly. Don't just sit in the pit. Kite backwards when you're doing the camp. If you want, you can play you can do what I did, make a custom game and just practice the clear until it becomes very easy for you. And I see how you're hitting all the raptors. Kill the raptors one by one. Don't get them low and then spin. You'll save more HP by just hitting the raptors, like... Yeah. Also, you used your key heal, then... Yeah. So, focus one raptor at a time rather than multiple raptors at once. That's what I mean. You're using your Q heal too often. You want to stay at pretty much full fury the whole time. You saw, for my first, 3 camps, I didn't use a single Q heal. I think until I got to the wolf camp. And then I used Q heal on blue, and healed up on Grump, and smited Grump, and then I did the scuttle. Again, auto attack before you spin. That'll help you with your clear. If you have less than 100% Fury going into blue buff, you can take this plant, and by taking this plant, it'll give you 5 extra Fury. So you can use the plant to give yourself a little bit extra Fury. Do the blue buff before you do the Grump. That way you have your smite available for the Grump. So let me see what your smite's at right now. Your smite's at 28 seconds. Yeah, so do blue buff first. Because the Gromp's a little bit harder than blue buff. I mean, you're so ahead of Garen. Like, look at your health compared to how I was, and I also did my clear faster than you, even though I didn't have a leash. When you're ganking top lane, first of all, this is Pantheon versus Malphite. This is a very hard gank to pull off because Malphite doesn't deal damage early on. Malphite gets a lot of damage with levels, but especially against something like a Pantheon, he'll be able to survive the gank pretty easily. So you're just taking the ward, that's fine, you got level 4 from it. I would go ahead and back off here. Just go ahead and back in the bush. And that puts pressure on Pantheon because he doesn't know if you're still just waiting in the bush. Then I would go ahead, go back and buy a double longsword to go towards your warrior. and start doing another clear from your Krugs. What elo is this? This elo is Bronze 4 on the Japanese server. So yeah, you could have backed as soon as that you killed that ward in the bush. Instead, you like walked over here and wasted about 10 seconds worth of time for no reason. Where like you didn't need to. Make sure when you spin that you hit both the little one and the big one. You're using your Q heal too often. You want to make sure that you get like lower in the jungle, that way you get more AD. It'll help you clear your jungle faster. Let's see, this game could work if Morgana hits her bind. Okay. That's a really sad bind. But yeah, so you're about to gank, but then she missed the bind, so you walked away. That's fine. Why are you standing here instead of in the bush, dude? What if there's a pink ward in there? You're walking outside the bush, dude. They don't have it. If they had the bush warded, dude, they would see you right here as well. Go ahead and walk in the bush, man. It's okay. You don't need to be scared. You see you Q at full HP. No need to do that. Go ahead, instead of pushing this out, the lane's pushing towards Karthus, just go ahead and do your clear again. You can't kill either of these two guys, just do your raptors and then cover mid lane. Like, I think you had time to do your raptor camp first, and then you could have covered mid lane. And then you realize that now. So I see there's a lot of times where I'm seeing you just like waste a lot of time. There's a lot of time wasted in your jungle path, dude. When you're smiting a camp, remember that the smite gives you HP, and actually the lower HP you are, the more damage you deal. So when you go into this camp, don't smite immediately. Wait until the raptor is at 450 health, and then smite. That way you actually get health back. Remember, you can kite out the raptors if needed. Before you go into your next jungle game, Icono Digital, please just try jungling by yourself. Just create a custom game and go through like a couple full clears by yourself the way I showed you. And just copy me exactly, and try to get that jungle cleared down, like exactly how I do it. And you can look at the Twitch VOD for reference, and you, Essence also can put it on YouTube. Top is gankable. The Pantheon's about half HP, and Malphite has his ultimate available. When you're ganking top lane, make sure that you use this plant to hop into this brush, and then you can tell Malphite to engage and ping on the way, on the way, on the way. Make sure when you're ganking in very low elo like you are, that you ping on the way like 10 times, because people literally just won't see you coming because they have no map awareness. You'll get a coaching soon? Sounds good, Toxic C89. I did, please watch? Okay.
Blue team double kill.
You did not take the plant, good sir. Make sure that when you spin, you don't need to spin from this far away. Malphite already CC'd the Pantheon. Instead of spinning at the Pantheon, walk to him. If you walk to him, Malphite can CC him, and then when he flashes, that's when you spin. You could have killed this Pantheon without using either your flash or the Malphite's flash. So again, take the plant over to this brush, ping on the way like 15 million times. Malphite is an ult range. All you need to do is walk at Pantheon. Your spin is a really big gap closer. Use your spin as a gap, to stick onto a target, rather than just to get at him, if that makes sense. So the Malphite's about to ult. He's going to lock him up and hold him in place. Then you can walk up to him. You walk up to him, you start auto-attacking him, you cast your W slow, Pantheon flashes, and then you spin at him to close the gap. Malphite is already helping you close the gap here by locking him in place with his ultimate. So not only did you use your gap closer too early, you also didn't deal damage with your spin. Now, that's a good W, but since you wasted your gap closer already, both you and Malphite had to flash on top of him to kill the Pantheon. Okay, maybe you didn't have to flash there. Alright, yeah, you didn't have to flash there. But you say you wasted your flash anyways. But Malphite had to flash to stick on top of him, because you didn't use your gap closer correctly. Instead of going towards your raptors, start doing your Krugs first. When you do a clear, start from bottom to top. That's the most effective way. Dude, your Karthus is fine. Like, yeah, Katarina has 2 kills, but Karthus also has 2 kills. And he's 10 CS above the Katarina. Katarina does very well into Karthus. Like, the Karthus is bad, but so is all 10 players in this game. You know what? Icono Digital, I'm liking this ultimate. You didn't ult at full HP. You didn't get scared of the Garen. And when you thought that you were within his ultimate range, like, for him to kill you, that's when you ulted. I like this ultimate. Much better than I've seen your ultimates in the past, man. I'm liking this a lot better. Now, once you start getting better and better at the video game, you can actually save your ultimate until you actually see the animation for Garen's R starting. Since stuff like Garen R and Darius ultimate, they both have very long animations. So you can even get better than this. But this is definitely a step forward, and I'm liking this a lot better, dude. I'm liking it a lot better. And pressuring the objective, I like it. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Yeah, Garen ults and Darius ults are like two of the longest animations in the game as far as like instant cast spells. It definitely gives a lot of room for counterplay. And Icono Digital plays with like the same ping I do. He has like 30 ping. Icono Digital has like 30 ping as well, as from what he told me. Don't lane gank as Tryndamere. This might work if Malphite ults and Katarina backs off. Yeah, but Pantheon can just walk back when Pantheon walks up. Can he even do this? Damn. It's actually lost Infernal. Hold up. You walk through here, and their bot lane didn't back up. They had it warded, but they didn't react to you moving down. I think you can at least burn summoner spells on this gank. And your bot lane's a little bit behind against a Jinx. It would help if you ganked here, I think. Because you're in a good position, right? Like, this Karthus is already dead. Like, he's already dead. You could just go right here. And you'll be good. Like, when we take off Fog of War, we can see that a ward right there. But this is bronze. Like, they have no map awareness. This is bronze 4 in the Japanese server, DZYazu. So you could have ganked here. Like, if they're not reacting you, then kill them. I don't like how you played that fight. Alright, so you don't win this fight. If you look at Garen's items, he has a completed warrior. And you have 1,400 gold in the bank. Yeah, he already spent all of his gold. Make sure whenever you're looking to fight someone that you take a look at their items first. I make that mistake sometimes, but still. Don't start off with the spin. If you're unsure as of whether you can kill somebody, go ahead and auto-attack them first, and then you can just spin away. If you're not comfortable with the all-in. And yeah, he had the ghost to chase you down. But yeah, I think you already knew your mistake there. Like, you had too much gold. And you wasted gold on Vamp Scepter. You don't need this Vamp Scepter early. Just go straight into Warrior. I know you're going to build Blood Razor this game, but I think Warrior will be much better for you. Your Malphite could have killed her there. As soon as she jumped in, she could have ulted. And just, like, wrecked her. Anyways. Auto attack and then spin.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
So you walked up, did your Gromp, and then backed. I don't like this at all, man. I'm going to show you what you did again so you can see it. You walked, sat at your Gromp. I'm not sure what you're doing. Maybe you're like AFK for a second. Don't look at anyone else that kind of digital. Only look at yourself. This is the only player you need to worry about, this Tryndamere. I don't give a fuck about your Karthus. He's doing okay. You know, he's whatever. He's 3-3-0. And he's even with Katarina. Just look at what you do, man. You do this, you walk up top, you take 3 minions, and then you back. Like, your whole time walking from base to that Gromp, sitting there, doing the Gromp, walking top, getting 3 minions, like, it's not efficient at all. It's a big waste of time. If you're going to do a clear, make sure you walk up and do a full clear, even though you'll have enough for your Blood Razor. You can farm a little bit more. You don't have to just farm for your item then back. You can farm for your item and then some. Make sure before you back as a jungler to do a full clear of your jungle. That way, while you're backing and walking back to the jungle, your camps are doing their respawn timer. You want them to be going through the respawning process. Like, I think it's like 2 minutes or 2.5 minutes for jungle camps to respawn. Make sure that all your camps are cleared so they start the respawning process so you're more efficient with your farming. Because right now, basically you've been pretty much just farming and you've taxed some waves. Like, you've taken a little bit of CS from top, a little CS from mid. And you have 60 CS at 14 minutes, almost 15 minutes. You should be around 110 CS. And it's all these little things, all these times you've just been wasting time. And then, yeah, you wasted time, so Garen took your red. Or someone took your red. Wait, who took the red? I'm actually confused. Oh, Garen did take the red. He took the red and then died. Okay. I like this. Push out mid. Karthus is dead. Take this mid wave and then continue to clear. Alright, then go take your top jungle. Perfect. What's up, Turk Sticks? Yes. Icono Digital is bronze 4. He's climbing through the ranks. Yeah, it's Garen jungle. You've been flaming this Karthus all game and in Twitch chat, but you are about to give him a blue buff. Don't do that shit, man. Take everything for yourself. You're climbing, not him. He's going to be hard stuck. You're going to be climbing. You're going to ascend. I like the ult again, dude. I'm really liking it. You're ulting at the right times against Garen. Very good. The only thing I would change about this is go ahead, all in him, and then ult, and then save your W to close the gap on him once he tries to cut you out. So I would hold on to your W there until he turns his back and tries to run away from you. Because you 100% win that duel since you have your item now. And Garen still doesn't have armor. He's building Death Dance, I think. Or whatever Warhammer and Pickaxe builds into. Yeah, Malphite's a beast. Okay, pretty decent. So I would say you used the Rift Sword a little bit too early, but it still got the charge on the turret, so it got mid-turret really low. And you can just get the turret next wave. I like it. I'm liking what I'm seeing, Icono. What happened here? You don't need to spin onto that Katarina. She is melee form on you. Let me go into it again. You lost to kill on Katarina here. You could have killed her. She suicided to kill this Karthus. You hit the W slow on her. She jumps in. Just right click her, man. You're using your spin, and you don't need to. Use your spin as a gap closer, dude. Use your spin to stick on your target. If your target is already on top of you, you don't need a spin. You canceled your auto, you walked back here. Like, this is a free kill on Katarina, dude. I'll be completely honest. You canceled your auto, you spun too early, you didn't use it as gap closer. Yeah, the Karthus died, but, I mean, that's just an assassin versus Karthus. Don't look at what Karthus did. Karthus is like, whatever. He's just another bronze player that's stuck, dude. Look at yourself and see what you can improve on. Alright. Anyways. And then, damn, you missed your ult. Shit happens. I think you didn't expect the Jinx AoE to hit you, so that's why you didn't ult. So, I would say Why are you grouped mid? Why are you here? Why did you just randomly start going up mid and start pushing? You got Ezreal bot, Morgana's top, Malphite's top. They got 2 mid, so they're gonna cover. You have your whole jungle up. You being here is a mistake. For mid tower, they got 2 people covering, dude. And then obviously you didn't see it because they're in the fog of war, but like they can rotate very quickly. Pantheon is missing. Obviously when we take away fog of war, we can see him right here. But like now he's in vision. He can ult onto you guys. You don't need to be pushing mid lane as Tryndamere. You need to be farming, getting your items, that way you can take over a side lane to push. Side lane to push. Pushing up mid is very bad. The only thing you should be doing mid is just covering waves. Or if they don't have anyone defending mid, then you can just go ahead and run out mid. But if they have people defending, especially 2 ranged champions with CC, and Jinx is pretty fed, you don't need to be here, dude. It's too early. You don't have your items. You have Stack Shiv and Blood Razor, that's it. Go ahead and do your camps. Then look to take over top or bot. That's what I would do. Like, this whole fight is for no reason. And then you miss your ult.
Red team's turret has been destroyed. Shut down.
This is what you should have done before. Why are you going bot? Why? Drake's coming up soon? It's a Cloud Drake, first of all. Do you topside? There's no reason you should have just randomly started walking down and put this ward here. Like... You're running with your head cut off, dude. You were thinking about doing the right thing and take your top jungle, but instead, you're doing this. Look how much time is passing, dude. Look how much, like, what are you doing? You're just running around. You're being a noob. Don't be a noob. You just walked around and put a couple of random ass words down. And then you're walking up. Oh wow, I guess since I ran around... You literally ran from here, around through here, through there, up here, all the way up here, and you just wasted like a full minute and a half of your time. You need to be doing something. Farming. Like, you could farm topside, then walk down to dragon. You could have taken over bot lane. You could have started pushing bot. Like, no one's bot right now. You could be taking this bot farm. Like, you could have done Scuttler because the dragon's coming up. I don't know if you care about Cloud Drake. I don't, personally, but maybe it's good for all this walking around you're doing. Because maybe with, like, 3 Cloud Drakes, dude, you could, like, do this whole thing and not waste an extra 30 seconds. Maybe it's OP in bronze. I don't know. But I would have gone and did this, dude. So you did this full, like, lap around the map to auto-attack this turret, like, 1 time. Let me check. Let me see what you did here. Let me see what all that was for, dude. Give me the auto. Okay, 2, 3, 4. You auto attack this turret 4 times. You did all this to auto attack top lane turret 4 times. You don't know what you're doing. Even if you're doing something wrong, I want you to be doing something. Even if you just AFK bot and split and like die because you're not paying attention to your map, at least you're putting pressure. With this, what you did right here, you're putting no pressure, you're doing nothing, and it's like you're not even there. Yeah, lifesteal don't mean shit, dude. All you need is a 10% from Vamp. What the fuck was that exhaust? What? Icono. What am I about to witness, my man? What am I looking at, dude? Why did you flash from here to here, dude? I don't get it. And then you didn't run around the Jinx traps. Dude, your Karthus is like beasting this fight. You're the one that actually did nothing. You just wasted your flash. Yeah, when you wear it's perhaps a reflex? Alright, dude. Get rid of those reflexes. Stop doing this. If you use your ultimate, don't use your Q until your ult ends. Don't use your Q until your ult ends. If you use your Q before your ult ends, then your Q is basically wasted.
Blue team's turret has been shut down.
Wait. Do you just go beast mode? Okay, so I think Garen cleared a ward by dragon, and you're like, oh shit, let me get that dragon real quick. Let me get that dragon real quick. Let me get this Garen kill real quick. Boom, baby. And you didn't ult. That's good. You didn't waste your ult there. I like it. And you're splitting. That's what I like to see. Put pressure on the map. Your team's pressuring mid. You just got dragon. You got to kill. Push this shit, dude. Let's go, baby. Stop queuing at full HP. You're full HP. Don't queue. You can just hold onto your fury. You don't have to use it, dude. You're full HP. Stop doing it. Just, like, you do that all the time. Stop. Just stop. If you stop doing these like small things, you're fine. You're good. Let me drink some cherry coke. One sec. The nice, refreshing taste of cherry coke really gets my energy up all throughout the day. Oh yeah, this cherry coke is so good. Perfect. Oh, cherry coke is the most delicious thing on the earth. Alright guys, let's go through S replay. Get that turret. Icono Digital is Bronze 4 on the Japanese server. Alright. Nice, good pressure. Go ahead, keep pressuring top. Your team's pressuring mid, so keep pressuring top. Or you can do Baron. Baron's good too. I don't like that you're backing here. You're full HP, full fury, full everything. You could have kept pressuring top while your team's on the map. Now, if your team goes back to base, then you can go ahead and take that time to back. But while they're out here fighting, dude, you need to be pressuring. Why does your Malphite have a black cleaver? Alright, moving on.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
That's my boy. Let me take a look at this all in. I like that you weren't afraid to fight the Pantheon, dude. You fucking beast moded. And you ulted at a really good time. I like this, dude. Really good stuff. What's up, Tamago Mushy Pen? Oh shit. Yeah, Katarina just popped off. Wait, did... No. Did you just ult at full HP? You're doing better. You need to read what Katarina does, my man. Go ahead, play a normal game with Katarina, so you know what she does. Every time I see you with a Katarina in the game, you get scared of her burst damage without knowing what's actually dealing the damage. Like, you just ult, attack the ward, and Q immediately. When you're full HP. You get scared of Katarina burst too much, my dude. Go ahead, play a game with Katarina. That way you know what she does. That's my advice on that. Just go ahead, play a bot game with Katarina. Play normal, whatever. Learn what Katarina does, so you know how to play against it. Exactly. I know you don't know anything about Katarina, because everything from the spin, from display to our auto Q hype, I know you don't know anything about Katarina. You don't find her top, but she's going to be mid lane a lot in bronze. I'm going to tell you that much. Like Katarina and Master Yi, all these kind of champions, you're going to see a lot in bronze. So you need to learn what all the champions do. That way, you can play against them easier. I would go ahead and play a game of Katarina just so you know what she does. Read her abilities and see what she's trying to do to you. That way you can counteract it and have counterplay against it. And I think that's going to help you learn. Wow, Katarina does have... She has 2 void staffs for double the penetration. Jesus. Wait. And Jinx has a Banshee Veil. Let's see. Okay, and the Black Cleaver Malphite is pretty good too. I would back off and keep pressuring. Nice job. Let me see my boy pop off. Boom, baby! Right click that bitch. Oh, never mind. She already did. Malphite ulted her ass. Get him! That's my boy. I think you ulted too early. Wait, I keep skipping it. You ulted at full HP again, man. Stop doing that. If you stop ulting a full HP, you'll do a lot better on Tryndamere. Did you guys just forget Pantheon had GA? You guys all just walked away from Pantheon! Oh my! Everybody walked away from Pantheon's GA! Everybody! Morgana is the only person who realized, and she's the fucking support. Oh no! Oh no! He's just gonna walk away! What the fuck?
Blue team's turret has been destroyed. Shut down.
Maybe we'll get this all in. I think you queued before your ult ended. Let me look. Stop using your Q before your ult ends, man. You keep using it. Stop. Stop it! Use your Q at the end of your ulti. You can know when your ulti is ending by the sound effect, or you can look at your buff. So when you click on Tryndamere, these are all of your buffs, right? You can know when your ult's ending when this buff goes away. You keep using your Q heal before your ult ends. It's very important that you save it till the very end. Wow. The Katarina and the Jinx went for more kills helping the minions. Alright, whatever.